Tukaambia mtusaidie referral twende Tembei. Tukapewa referral. Tukapeleka watoto wote wawili. Lakini mmoja mwingine mwenye alikuwa kwa hali mbaya hakuweza kufika. Mmoja tu alifika na tulifika huko akasaidiwa, akahudumiwa vizuri, tulisaidiwa vizuri tena. Na mtoto naona anapona vizuri.
Hivi ukiwa na mlisa unaona kama negligence ya madaktari ilikuwaje?
Mtoto aliachiliwa sana kwa muda mrefu. Na niliomba usaidizi lakini kuna mwenye alinisaidia.
Majina mimi naitwa Penati Ruyot. Mimi ni mkaaji wa Bomet. Nimehuzunika sana kusikia mtoto huko Longisa aliaka baada ya kuvamiwa na nyuki. Tunasikia hapa Bomet tuko na changamoto. Juzi waliiba pesa, saa zingine imechangia madawa huko Longisa ikakosekana. Sasa tunaomba gavana wetu, tulikuchagua ili utusaidie, lakini Bomet imekuwa na shida mingi. Sio barabara, sio mashule, sio mahospitali. Gavana Barchok, unajua mtoto mdogo, hasa mtoto mchanga Barchok, wakati mama anachukua mimba, mpaka mtoto aonekana ama asaliwe, mpaka hiyo harakati aumwe na nyuki, na akipelekwa hospitali huko Longisa akose kutibiwa juu hakuna dawa. Huyo mama alikuwa na nia kwa sababu ya ukosefu wa pesa, afadhali achukue Longisa kuliko achukue hospitali ya private juu ya gharama ya pesa. Sasa Barchok na serikali yako ya health, tunaomba, mtoto ameaga, tunahuzunika kama wananchi wa Bomet. Sasa hakuna kingine, patilisi ama waziri kama rais vile alifanya. Sasa tunakuomba, pesa imeibiwa hapa Bomet, sijui 1.6 billion, sio barabara, sio mashule, sio mahospitali, sio mandonyo. Sasa Barchok, we panga maneno yake vizuri.
We had an unfortunate incident yesterday where 4 children were stung by bees in a place not far from here, and immediately the community people rushed the children to our hospital. From what we have gathered is that these are children who are between the ages of 3, 4, 5 there. And when they were stung by the bees, they didn't come at the same time. The fourth one, we are told, actually went to some nearby bush because I think she was confused and then was brought later. But we can attest to the fact that these children were brought to our hospital. And we verified that even through the CCTV at the casualty. And they were taken in, being brought at different times, and they were all attended to. In fact, during the review, 2 were actually very stable and they were discharged. The only 2 that one was slightly sick looking, but the other one was slightly better among the last 2. And those are the ones that remained for observation. And there was even a plan to admit. But at some stage, one of the children started vomiting, and the vomiting was blood-stained. And it is when the people in casualty consulted their seniors who advised that we could review with the possibility of referring. And that is when now the plan to refer was made. And upon asking what to do, the option, according to the family, was probably to take the child on their own, and they took the child at around 8:30. We are made to understand, or we later on understood that one child succumbed, and we've also learned this morning that the family brought back the body to our mortuary here at around 1:45 a.m. So that is briefly what happened. We want to take this opportunity at the earliest chance to say pole to the family, pole for the children who were stung by the bees, and we wish the ones who are okay to get a quick recovery, because I'm told there's still one at casualty in Tenwek, according to some source I contacted. Otherwise, from what we've done this morning, we wanted to look at the details of what really happened. So we are investigating further to see if there was any issue, and then we will take action, and that is the appropriate action that we'll do. We are lucky because we have the CCTV footage, and it's showing us when the time when the children were brought, and when the commencement of treatment actually started. From the history that we got from the doctors who were around, there was a time difference of closely about 1 hour between the others and this last one. According to our footages, the first two arrived early, and then another one followed. We were still following up to see the images of the last that were brought, but from what we gather, there seemed to have been a lapse of 1 hour. And this is a child that had gone to the nearby, what do we call this feed, napier grass. There was a napier grass farm, and that's where one of the last child actually disappeared to. Yeah. Yes. We are estimating from the findings, all these children by around one something were all in, and all of them were reviewed. 2 were discharged. The 2 that remain were under observation. So between 1 and up to around 7, they were still around, and around 7 is when the decision now to refer came in, because of the condition was changing. The child vomited blood, and that is when the decision to refer was made. And at 8:30 is when they went to Tenwek. Hatukufail. Nimekuambia kwamba watoto walihudumiwa wakati walipofika. In fact, they were all attended, and there was even a plan to admit. Then suddenly the condition changed, and that's when now the decision to refer came in. So it's not that they were just seated there; they were attended to, and by 7, when the child started vomiting, that consultation was made, and it was observed that probably she needed ICU care, and that's where now the decision to refer. So for clarity, the relatives were consulted when the decision to refer was made, and it was a joint decision between the people in casualty and the relatives, and they opted to go on their own. Yes. Yeah, we are equally worried about even the person who took the video, because we're supposed to have a caretaker. At that time, if you look at the video very keenly, somebody else behind them was being attended to. There was a child who had been kicked by a donkey, and some of our nurses and doctors were attending to that. The people you see sitting at the front are the ones who are inputting the data from the patients there. And we were very lucky also that some of the people who we have talked to were people who were being attended to in casualty. So actually, at that time, the child had been attended to. The child had been attended to. What worries me even as a parent is that if I'm a caretaker, how do I leave a child without even alerting people who could be very busy that something is happening? And somebody just took a video and didn't even use that to alert that something is happening, because this is a busy place. And it's a very worrying image that a child could be doing that. But there's an adult who was taking that photo or picture. But then the caretaker also was supposed to be around here to help us. But let me say that we've also tried to inquire whether there was a period when there was no person around there. But the people you saw in that clip were part of our staff, and they were attending to other people who were there after attending to that child. And I think the decision even at that time had been made for the child to be referred.